At number 2 in our top 10 comes the rifle that has equipped the American soldier for over 40 years.
M16. Type, semi or fully automatic assault rifle. Country of origin, United States. Caliber, 5.56 by 45 millimeter. Cartridge capacity, 20 and 30 rounds. Muzzle velocity, approximately 3,281 feet per second. Rate of fire, 700 to 950 rounds per minute.
There's a lot of people around the planet not breathing anymore because of the M16. It'll do its job.
It was great. Been in lots of firefights where there were lots of orange tracers going that way and green tracers coming this way, and it became sort of the quintessential rifle in Vietnam. Everybody had one.
During the 1950s, the U.S. military was searching for a lightweight, modern assault rifle which could replace the semi-automatic M1 and its selective fire counterpart, the M14. Eugene Stoner, an engineer at the Armalite factory, came up with a workable design.
What Gene Stoner does is he cuts out lots of the pipework and creates a much simpler gas system that reloads a smaller, lighter round, the 5.56 millimeter round. And
because the weapon fires 5.56, you could carry twice the amount of ammunition for the same weight of 7.62. In my unit, I had kids carrying 1,500 rounds of ammunition, and that was sort of standard.
Despite being lighter than the older, bigger-hitting rounds, the 5.56 was still capable of causing untold damage.
Because of the particular ballistics of the 5.56 bullet, it tumbles when it hits flesh and it causes immense wound damage. Because of this, the weapon was good enough to stop an enemy soldier when you fired at him.
The weapon Stoner designed to chamber the new ammo stemmed from work he was conducting with high-speed alloys. Usually used for jet engines and jet parts, he began to realize that they could also be used to forge new weapons.
It looked very space age for the time. It was a weapon that had not only aluminum alloy forging that would then be milled or machined, but also had plastic parts on it. So it was not very popular among the traditional crowd.
In Vietnam, the M16 got a chance to prove its worth on the battlefield.
Stoner and the Armalite Corporation convinced the U.S. High Command that they should try fielding some of them in Vietnam to see how they perform. This is called Project Agile. Project Agile is a great success. The soldiers who are using them love them. It's simply known as the Black Rifle. Sort of sounds very sexy.
But in 1965, the Vietnam War escalated. American troops poured into the jungle, and almost immediately, problems with the M16 began to emerge. With alarming regularity, the weapon was jamming, and young soldiers were dying as a result.
When it went to Vietnam, it went with a reputation it never needed to be cleaned. And, consequently, no cleaning kits went. Well, it does.
Wary of a scandal, the American military began to issue new orders to their troops in Vietnam.
The United States Army looked very closely at this, designed specialized cleaning kits, and even printed a comic book called PM Magazine, Preventive Maintenance Magazine, with women soldiers and T-shirts telling the soldiers how to strip their Sweet 16 and this type of thing. And when these new rifles, cleaning kits, and training were sent to Vietnam, the rifle began to build a reputation as an excellent jungle carbine.
Post-Vietnam, the M16 is still going strong. In Somalia, Bosnia, and Afghanistan, it has kept the peace and taken the fight to the enemy. In Iraq, a scoped version has allowed Marines to counter the threat posed by Iraqi insurgents.
In Fallujah in April of 2004, Marines were taking so many headshots that an investigative committee was brought in to determine if they were executing people. But it was determined that those shots were taken at hundreds of meters, and it was because the head was usually the only part that an insurgent would present in the window.
Despite its early difficulties, the M16 has been an outstanding performer. Accuracy is high, Handling, service length, and combat effectiveness are also high. And innovation is good, putting the M16 just outside the top spot in our list.